Well, good evening, everyone. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you all again, and thank you ever so much just for popping over to check out this wee potato fritter recipe. It's a good one. But before I move on, I just wanted to thank the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page. So thanks once again, guys. You know, it does mean ever so much. And if you want to become a patron and help out the channel yourself, you can find the link in the show more box underneath this video. So moving on, before I start the recipe, I had a few messages from you to say, did you know you were on the trending page? And yeah, I did. I received an email last night from YouTube just to let me know that I was going to be featured on the trending page today for 24 hours. And I was absolutely blown away. You know, if you look there, you can see there's my wee channel and amongst all of these channels with millions of views. So yeah, completely blown away. It completely came out of the blue. I had no idea. So yeah, thanks very much to YouTube. So yeah, so moving on, like I said, brilliant wee recipe this. Scottish or chip shop potato fritters. You'll get them everywhere here, you know, not just chip shops, but takeaways and fast food places, cafes. They're just loved all over the country. And for a good reason. They're really easy to make. They're really cheap to make. And you'll usually find you've got most of the ingredients already. As you can see there's only a handful of ingredients. And traditionally, they would just be eaten on their own, you know, as a snack, or as we like to have them in a bread roll, you know, a buttered roll with a wee bit of brown sauce. That's how we like them. But you could, of course, have them as a side if you're having fish and chips or something like that. Excellent. So I'm going to just show you what you're going to need and then how to make them. And as usual, all of the ingredients will be in the show more box down below, just in case you want to make them for yourself. So yeah, let's move on and we'll see what's next. So the first thing I've got there is 113 grams of plain or all-purpose flour. I've got 50 ml of olive oil. I've also got 2 large potatoes. Now you want these quite big, around about baking potato size, because you want good big thick slices. I've got 125 ml of beer, but if you don't want to use beer, you could use fizzy carbonated water instead. I've got 25 ml of water, and I've also got half a teaspoon of salt, and that's it. The only other thing you're going to need is obviously some vegetable oil for frying your potato fritters in. So that's it. So let's move on. And these are usually served with something like salt and vinegar on the top, or just as they are really. But we like a wee bit of brown sauce, especially if we're having them in a roll. So yeah, lovely. So the first thing you want to do is get your batter done. Really, really simple batter. So you want quite a deep bowl. And to that you want to add your flour. Like I said, this is just plain flour. And then to that add your olive oil and just give them a good mix together. Then to that you want to pop in your water, and again just give it a good mix through. And then your salt, and then the last thing you add is your beer. And again just give this a good mix together until it becomes nice and smooth. It'll only take you a couple of minutes, and if you do it in stages like I did, it's a lot quicker and you'll end up with less lumps, believe me. And you'll end up with something that looks like this. And when you swirl it around, you know, it's basically lump free, and that's what you want, because you don't want big lumps of flour in there. So that's your batter done. All that's left to do now is get your potatoes done. Like I said, from these 2 potatoes, you'll get between 6 and 8 good-sized fritters, but I'm just going to be doing a couple just to show you how to do it. So you want to make sure they're peeled. Try and keep that nice round shape. So I recommend using a peeler. It's easier than doing it with a knife. And try and find the flattest edge of your potato. If it's not flat, just cut a wee bit off. It makes it easier when you go to cut it or slice it. And then you can, you know, cut this into whatever thickness you like. The thicker you cut them, the less fritters you're going to get. But you don't want them too thin, because they're going to be, you know, deep fried for a wee while. So you don't want all the oil soaking into them. Then get over to your pan. And with a pan of boiling water, you just want to drop your potato in. You want to boil these for about 5 minutes, just to get that raw edge off. And once they're starting to go floury around the edges like this, just drain them and put some cool water on them, just so that they're cool enough to pick up. And once you can manage to pick them up, pop them onto some kitchen towel, and you just want to pat these dry to get rid of any excess moisture or water that might be on them, because you don't want them, wet going into hot oil. So this is ideal. They're still steaming away, but I can pick them up quite easily. And they're not falling apart, so just make sure you don't overcook them in the water, because you don't want them falling apart. That would be a disaster. So the last thing you're going to do now is fry them. So make sure you get your oil nice and hot. That's about 180 degrees. And all you want to do is drop your slices into your batter. Pick it up with your fingers and just, let any excess drip off and straight into your oil. Now, like I say, I'm just going to do a couple just to let you see how they go. Really, really easy, but they're absolutely delicious. They really are. They're just like a big chip, but an elevated chip. So you just want to fry these until they're nice and golden and starting to float around. Probably take about 10 minutes. And this is what you're looking for. They are so crunchy as well. So all you have to do now is let them drain. I've just popped mine into a wire rack with some kitchen towel underneath, just for a couple of minutes. And that was them finished. And just look at that coating. So, so crunchy and golden. So like I said, we prefer to have ours on a buttered roll. So just pop it on and then a wee bit of brown sauce. And wait till you hear this crunch. I'm going to lower the volume to let you hear. Oh my goodness. The potato is lovely and soft and tender, and that batter is so crispy and crunchy and has a wonderful flavour, and it just goes so well on a soft roll with that butter when it starts to melt. Oh my goodness, highly recommended if you haven't tried them before, but I'm sure if you're from this country you will have tried them, because I don't think I know anyone who doesn't like a Tattie fritter. So that was it. That was my wee video for today, and I will be back in the next few days with another recipe. I think the next one's going to be the chicken schnitzel. Yeah, I think I'll be doing that next. Or if I don't see you for that, hopefully I will see you on Sunday for my meals of the week, or for the shopping haul that I'll be putting up later on as well. So until I see you, mind to take care of yourselves, and I really do mean that. Do make sure you're looking after yourselves, especially in these times the way they are just now, and fingers crossed they do not last too much longer. I think we're now just about there, coming down the other side. So like I said, hopefully it won't last too much longer. So whenever I see you again, or whenever you choose to join me again, lots of love. Take care, and bye for now. Bye now.